Do you struggle with getting on camera? I'm Katie Lance, and I'm excited to share with you a few of my favorite tips for how you can boost your camera confidence, especially on YouTube. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? So I have been filming and recording videos for quite some time on YouTube and many platforms, and what I have found is that a lot of folks struggle when it comes to getting on camera, especially for my real estate friends. And if I can be honest here, a lot of us, when it comes to getting on camera, we don't like how we look. We don't like how we sound. We're not sure how to do it, so then we don't do it. And I'll never forget, I had a dear friend of mine many years ago very lovingly remind me, she was like, Katie, that's how you look. And that's how you sound, so you gotta get over it. And in this day and age, getting on camera, showing your true, authentic self, sharing helpful tips, and just showing who you are is a really big thing that makes, well, a big difference when it comes to your content. So in this video, I'm gonna share 3 tips for how you can increase your camera confidence, how you can show up more confidently, and really create video in less time, especially over on YouTube. All right, let's get into it. Tip number 1, practice in front of the mirror. Yes, now some people might say, don't practice in front of the mirror, that doesn't work. I like to practice in front of the mirror, and let me tell you why. So I'm a big believer in multitasking, which again, some people might say, oh, you can't truly multitask, but look, at the end of the day, time is our most precious asset. So one of the things I do as I am getting ready to shoot videos, I have some notes out and I am saying some things out loud. I am practicing out loud what it is I'm gonna say when I record videos later that afternoon or later that day, whenever that might be. So whether it's in the mirror or whether you're just standing up at your desk, there's something to be said about saying the words out loud, because you can have notes on a piece of paper, you could have a sense of what it is you're going to talk about, but until you actually say it out loud, then you're going to get a sense of, oh, I like that, I don't like that, and it's also going to give you some muscle memory. So that way you don't feel like you have to memorize what you're saying. In fact, I don't use scripts, I do use notes, and the way I do it is I look at my notes, take a deep breath, smile, and then say what I want to say, right? And the beautiful part about recorded video is you can always redo it, you can always stop, do it again, although I always say done is better than perfect. So practice in the mirror, or just practice standing up, practice saying what it is you're going to say out loud. You don't want necessarily the video to be the first time you're actually saying something out loud. And again, the more you do this, the easier it gets, the faster it gets, and also the easier you'll be able to speak off the cuff without always practicing out loud. Tip number 2, record yourself and watch yourself back. Now I know for a lot of us this might be a little painful. I still do not like watching myself back. But when you can record yourself, and I would encourage you to record yourself for content that you may never post publicly, right? So pick a couple topics that you could easily speak about. If someone came up to you at a party and asked you something about the real estate market, or you're talking to a client and they ask you something, what could you just easily talk about without any research, without any preparation? So take out your phone, practice recording yourself as if this is something you're going to post, and you don't necessarily have to post it unless you think it's great. But by actually doing the work of hitting the record button, seeing yourself, there's going to be a couple things that are going to happen. First of all, you're going to get really comfortable, or a little bit more comfortable, in what that looks like, what you look like, where you should hold the camera. I can always tell when someone is a little bit newer to video, because the first few videos they do, there's always this apprehension about where they should be looking and where they should be holding the camera. So if you can get some of those kind of mess ups, or I don't want to say mistakes, but if you can kind of get some of that practice done ahead of time, that's going to help you just be a little bit more confident with your finished product. So honestly, I would take out your phone. You can do a little bit of a selfie. If you're just doing a quick video, 30-second video, 60-second video, you can always prop your phone up, prop it up to your laptop, prop it up on a bookshelf. If you've got a tripod, you could use that as well. But practice recording yourself a couple times and get a sense of where to look. How is it best to frame you? And typically when I'm framing myself, I kind of like to frame myself like this. You don't want to be too low in the frame or too high in the frame. Look at the camera, not yourself. That's also a little tip that's going to help you be a little bit more confident. But record yourself, watch yourself back. Try not to be your own worst critic. That's really tough. But the more you do it, again, you'll find those little ums and ahs and the things that we say that are kind of fillers, and that's going to help improve over the course of time. Tip number 3, use prompts. So when it comes to what you're actually going to say on camera, I'm often asked, Katie, do you use a teleprompter? Like, how do you organize what you're going to say? I don't use a teleprompter, and I will say I have, and occasionally I will every once in a blue moon. And for real estate agents, if you are doing a video that is really market data heavy, like let's say you're doing a monthly market report and you really want to make sure your numbers are accurate, then a teleprompter might be a good solution. But just like anything, you've got to practice with it. I'd rather see you on a teleprompter than seeing you like look over, or like clearly reading something. We've all seen videos where people are clearly reading, so you want to be careful. But what I do is I have a really simple list of prompts and notes of what I'm going to say. I don't script it out. I write out a couple bullet points. In fact, my notes are just literally right over here. And when I'm recording, I will look at my notes, record something, pause, look over, look at my notes, look back. And with the beauty of video editing, now we do have an amazing video editor on our team, so she's able to take those and kind of cut out those parts where I'm looking to the left, looking to the right. But the beautiful part is if you're doing this yourself, you can just start and stop your camera. Oftentimes, if I'm just recording on my cell phone, I will open up my phone, look at my notes, say a sentence or two, turn it off. Look at my notes, turn the camera on, record the next sentence or two, and I'll repeat that for the next few clips. And the beautiful part is if you're recording these videos for YouTube Shorts or Reels or TikTok, you can take those 3 or 4 or 5 little clips on your phone. You don't even need a video editing app per se. You can upload those directly. Like if you're in YouTube, you could upload those in a row, and YouTube's gonna smoosh them together into one video file. Same thing with Instagram, same thing with TikTok. You can add a little bit of text, add music, whatever you like. And so it really makes it a little bit easier to just look at your notes, say a couple sentences, stop, look at your notes, and rinse and repeat. But have some notes. In the past, I've used Post-it notes, I've typed things up in Google documents or Word documents. Again, I don't necessarily like to script it, but have a couple bullet points. And also when you're looking at your prompts, I also like to think about how are you going to start your videos and what are you going to say at the end? What's your call to action? Okay, so those are just a few things that certainly make a big difference when it comes to camera confidence. And look, at the end of the day, the biggest thing is practice, doing more of it. A lot of the folks that we work with inside of our academy will start to practice by doing one-to-one videos. And that's a little bit of a bonus tip. If you really struggle with putting yourself out there publicly, start by really being proactive and sending videos to one person. Maybe it's a client you just saw recently, you ran into, or you had a meeting with. Sure, you could send them an email, or you could take out your phone and send a quick video, a text, say, hey, I really enjoyed meeting with you and your husband today. I can't wait to get your home ready for the market. I'm going to send you that information later. Hope you have an awesome day. The more you get used to that one-to-one video, the more you get used to seeing yourself. Same thing with stories. If you haven't quite yet shown up on camera with Instagram stories or Facebook stories that are here today and they disappear in 24 hours, that's a great way to build your confidence. All right, I would love to hear from you. What are your biggest struggles when it comes to getting on camera? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're ready to take your content creation, especially video content creation with YouTube, to the next level, we're so excited for our upcoming YouTube Masterclass. Go to katielance.com/masterclass for all the details, and we hope to see you there. Bye for now.